Welcome to the Effortlessly Abundant Life podcast, where we will dive into the mindset, spirituality, and practical tools to have more of what you want with less effort. I'm your host, Natalia, a mindset shifter, certified life and success coach, and hypnotherapist who is obsessed with making your life feel good from the inside out. So let's dive in today's episode in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode. I'm your host, Natalia. I'm a mindset shifter, and I'm so excited to be here with you guys. This was a very requested episode. So if you're not following me on Instagram at Effortlessly Abundant Life, you should definitely do so, because this is where all the action is, behind the scenes, some really good content. And one of the things I love asking you guys, what are the things you want to hear from me? So you wanted to hear, 75% of you wanted to hear how to have those small habits that we can implement on a daily basis that will lead to big successes. So this is what it's all about. If you're part of the Effortlessly Abundant method and you understand what it's all about, less is definitely more. And it's more about focusing on ease and flow and feeling good to create the life that we want. No hustle culture, no pushing, no grinding, no pressuring, none of that. Zero. So before we're going to dive in, I just want to share with you guys my amazing mug. I just found it actually in, I think it was Marshall's. It says Fiercely Feminine. And this is kind of the vibe of this year. Drinking some of my tea. Well, Fearlessly Feminine, this one of the things I'm embodying this year more than ever, because this is what it's all about, embodying our feminine energy, that receptive mode, that really, I think we're going to have a whole episode talking about this, honestly, because there's so much to talk about, how we kind of ignore our feminine energy and our natural cycles, and we're not utilizing our natural energy to have more of what we want. But aside from that, guys, you know that Michael is almost 1 year old. And I am freaking out a little bit because I have no idea how this whole year passed by so quickly. Like, imagining this time last year, I was very, very pregnant. I was 37 weeks. And I remember just like feeling like, right? Like like you can't do anything. Walk is a thing. Rolling out of bed is a thing. Sleeping is not a thing anymore. Everything is itching. It's just all that. But 2 weeks from now, my baby is out. So I'm planning him his first birthday, which is super exciting. You know, I didn't do a big baby shower at all. I didn't do anything, to be quite honest with you. I kept it very low key. So this is a big celebration, not only for Michael, but for us as well, as parents, as new parents surviving this first year of non-sleep diseases, just kind of like discovering yourself as parents, not knowing how to do this whole thing. No book, no course, no anybody's opinion and stories can prepare you until you actually face it. And I have to say I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of my husband, because this was not easy, but amazing at the same time. And of course, I'm in love with him. Of course, he's just the most incredible child, and I'm just so blessed that I'm his mom and he is my son. So today, guys, let's jump into the small habits that's going to lead to big success. So I want to start actually by talking about my number one habit that really was a game changer for me. Because remember, it's not the big things that lead to big successes as much as a lot of you think, right? When I was in my old thought process of grinding, hustling, pushing, go, 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 I always thought that I need to have 10 things on my list to feel accomplished and successful, had big numbers to feel worthy, to do bazillion things in one day in order to feel like I'm worthy of something. I don't know if that's you, but that was definitely me. The problem with that is just led me to exhaustion and just feeling defeated and not good enough 98% of the time because I couldn't get all the things on the list. I wasn't feeling like I'm doing anything right. And hitting those big numbers was just almost impossible. So it was always that big gap between where I am and where I want to be. And that's where a lot of us are finding ourselves in that vicious cycle of hitting really big goals, which is nothing bad about it, but then beating ourselves down for not accomplishing them and just being in that cycle of shame and guilt. And it's just really hard to get out of it until I understood that those small habits, those daily choices, daily activities, daily thoughts that I'm implementing on a daily basis, these are the things that really led to big things in my life. The 6 figures, that family that I currently have, my inner happiness and joy and peace and harmony that I think is the biggest success of all. And just that feeling of accomplishment, the feeling of well-being, the feeling of connection, the feeling of it's not just the destination, is the process that is just feeling so fulfilling. So that's what I want to pass down to you. And my number one, I would say, tip for you is to, first of all, I don't know about you, but I like to look at my weekly kind of planner and looking ahead of my schedule and just looking, if it's Sunday, I'm looking it through the whole week ahead of me. And first, but most important thing that I'm putting in my schedule is things that fuel me up energetically. Now, goes counterintuitive than anything you probably heard out there, because I heard a lot of self development, self help, either audiobooks, podcasts, books, doesn't matter. They all kind of say to you, being productive and time block, all these things to feel accomplished, and then reward yourself for it, something that you would like, buy yourself something or anything like that. But I don't believe in that. I think it should be the other way around, to be quite honest with you. And I'll explain to you why. The number one thing that happened when I start prioritizing self love, right? Things that make me feel good, that fuel me up energetically. I showed up to anything that I did that day completely different. I had ideas that I would never had because I gave myself that room, that space, that love, that it just sparked a whole thing in me, right? This energy, inspired action that came through that nothing in the world can do that for you. And not only that, when you think about it, because everything's vibration. We talked about it a little bit. And of course, I'm going to do a whole episode on manifestation, but everything is vibration. So when you are, and should be your number one priority, is putting yourself and your vibration at the top of that list. So you are in charge of your vibration and making sure that you are vibrating on that high frequency. And high frequency doesn't mean you have to be happy all the time, but you need to make sure that you are listening to what your body, your soul, your mind needs at that specific time. And this is what it's all about. When you're listening, your body will tell you. And when you're listening, there's no like, oh, I'm tired. No, I'm just going to push harder. And I'm not going to take that 15-minute nap or bath or whatever I feel I need at that specific time. You're actually going against yourself, against your energy. And guess what you're doing? You're already offering conflict of energy. So in one way you're tired, but the other way you're pushing. And guess what? When you're pushing and you're doing that activity from that place of energy, that is not going to lead to anything good. It is just not. And the problem, we're only listening when we are sick, when we are done, right? When our body just signals us that that's it, no more. That's when we listen. But how about start to implement every single day and putting in your calendar, putting in your planner, whatever that is. It could be 30 minutes, 15 minutes, or an hour, whatever you can find, like, logistically time for. But there's definitely 15 minutes in your calendar to prioritize whatever that is that makes you feel good, that fuels you up energetically. And that is something that you need to decide for yourself. For me, for instance, it could be literally just listen to an audiobook, or doing some kind of movement, or reading a book, or talking to a friend, or listening to my favorite music, anything. And this is the thing. It could be just going to a beach and just do a walk, or taking one of my favorite audiobooks and just take a walk just with myself and my thoughts, and just really taking the time to process the day. I think it's just one of the things we don't prioritize. And it's the little things, but be intentional about what is that thing that fuels you up energetically. And if you don't know what it is, start experimenting. Start figure it out. What is that thing that fuels you up energetically? And then when you have a list of all these things, that when you hit those 30 minutes and you have it on your calendar or Google Calendar, whatever that is, and the reminder comes up, you're like, oh, what is going to fuel me up energetically right now? What I need right now? Always ask that question first. And you'll feel and you'll know, and your body will tell you exactly what it needs. Could be literally 15-minute of nap. Could be just like, oh, I just want to listen to a good music, or talk to a specific person, or maybe journal, or anything that comes up to your mind. It doesn't have to be, it's not about the thing. It's about just listening to your body and let the body tell you what it needs. Moving on to the second thing that really, really helped me when I was in my maternity leave, and really kind of moved the needle for me in my business, because obviously first of all, I have a full-time job and I'm running my own business. So that is a whole thing. And plus having a newborn and being a first-time mom and full-time nursing, and wow, it was a lot. But one thing I promised myself being a new mom, that I am not going to give up on myself. And we're going to have a whole episode. I always say that we're going to have so many episodes, but this is going to be a whole episode about how to really be a mom and fulfilling yourself. Because I thought when I'm going to have Michael, my life is over. But I truly made a decision that my life is not over. My life has just started, and now it's getting better and better and better. And it actually did. But this is one of the most important habits that I implemented as a new mom that really changed everything for me. Focus on one important task every single day. Just one important task. What is that one task that is really going to create the ripple effect for the rest? What is going to actually move the needle forward, and not just do things to do things, right? There's a beautiful quote. I don't remember who said that movement doesn't mean progress, right? It's not about just doing things to feel like you're accomplished. It's about actually thinking, what is that only one activity that I can do that day that is going to move the needle forward, whatever that is going to create the ripple effect. And that's it. And then and you feel it accomplished. And I had to really retrain my mind, because I always, as I told you, 10 things on my to-do list. And I understood that I can't do this. It's like in my head, in my fantasy, of course I can do all these things. But then reality hits, and especially as I told you, working a full-time job, being a new with a newborn, being a new mom, all these things, it's just a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. And I had to prioritize the one thing that would actually move the needle forward, and it did. And when I did only that one thing, some days I could actually do another one. Because guess what? When you start feeling accomplished and you feeling that energy in you, that is, oh, I did it. You already feel that satisfaction. And if you have time to do more and you feel there's extra energy for that, do it. But that's going to be your extra. You see what I'm saying? So really think about what is that thing you can do for yourself that is really going to be the game changer for you, and not just do things to feel like you're accomplished, but they're really not as important. Okay? So that is number 2. Now, speaking of kind of our daily habits, it's really important how we start our day, right? And I know, trust me, I know as a new mom as myself, some mornings are chaotic, some mornings are amazing, and we could find that 30-minute spot in if it's a nap time, or my partner, my husband is around and he can help out. Whatever the situation is for you, I want you to start implementing and thinking about, either it could be 15 minutes or 30 minutes, a slot in your day every single day that you are focusing on cleaning yourself energetically from any anxiety, anything either external, just all the things that would build up just by being alive. Let's be honest. It doesn't matter how spiritual, how like, it's something that you always need to do as part of your practice. Like, you can't just clean your house one time and expect it to be clean for the rest of your life, right? You have to keep going and doing it. And people think like, oh, I meditated, I did it for years, or I did it once and I'm done. I don't need to do it anymore. No, it grows with you, it moves with you. And every stage in your life and every stage of yourself requires that time, that process time, the receptive time to really tuning into yourself, to your intuition, to listen to the inner guidance, or to not just listen to anything and just be. We always during the day, especially in our daily lives, where we are bombarded with so many messages, so much content, so many things around us, that those minutes in your day of just being and focusing on your breath is everything. Okay. And if it's too intimidating for you, it means you actually need to do it more than anything and prioritize it. And I'm saying it with love because I've been there. And one of the things that really helped me is guided meditation. And I actually prepared for you guys my free Mindset Up Accelerator, which is going to help you to really wire yourself up. It could be in the morning, could be whenever you have that time for 15 minutes. I'm going to guide you through a breath work and guided meditation to really cleanse yourself up from all these things that don't support your higher self, and then tuning into your higher self and tuning yourself up to that infinite abundance that exists already within you. Is just connecting to it and setting yourself up for the rest of the day. But not only that, it also has journal prompts where you can really, by asking yourself the right questions on a daily basis, this is going to, you don't understand. This is where the miracles are, right? In those when you really asking yourself those questions on a daily basis, you're really putting the time and you're writing them down handwritten. It just changes everything for you. So all of this for free, guys, and I should charge for it, I'll be honest with you, because it's that good. And it's something that I did for myself for a good 2 years, that I could honestly credit a lot of my successes to that specific habit. So grab it as fast as you can before it's not going to be available. But definitely it's in my show notes. So click the link below. to grab it. All you got to do is insert your email and your name, and you are part of our secret soul circle. And this is actually my new newsletter where I'm going to give you guys some weekly gold. I call them the golden kind of nuggets of wisdom, of tips, of exclusive content that I don't share anywhere else, just with you, just with my secret soul cycle. Just imagine you're in that secret cycle of soul sisters and brothers. If you're a man, you're most welcome to join us as well. And this is where I really share my really good stuff with you guys. So you want to be definitely part of that as well. So it's a win-win. So I would love to have you. So if you feel intimidated with meditation, definitely try that guided meditation that I just mentioned. But if not, just focusing on your breath, really taking that time to be for 5 minutes. You can even put a time like on your phone, just stopwatch and just really kind of noticing what comes up to you and just witnessing it and not resisting it. That's the most important thing. And by being in that place more and more and more, you're going to feel more comfortable. There's no other way around that, to be honest with you. And then really focus on what is the intention you want to bring out for the rest of the day. What are you calling in? What are you grateful for? This is the really number one thing that you always want to wire yourself up every single day, asking yourself what I'm grateful for, what I'm grateful for, what I'm grateful for, what I'm grateful for, because you have already so many things you're grateful for. But the problem is our mind, and it's as being a professional singer myself, we're trained to look into the mistakes, the things we need to, correct. And all of us, since we've been in school, one of the things they teach us, oh, don't do mistakes, or you make a mistake, you lose points, right? So, and always that focus on the bad things and correcting them and all these things. And that's how our brain is wired to look for the bad things, always predicting the worst case scenario versus looking already where things are working, where things are happening for me, and really start to be grateful for them. And it takes a second and your whole day shifts. Because guess what? You're raising your vibration. You're raising vibration. The law of attraction right away brings you more of what you're putting out. As simple as that, guys. It's so simple. But yeah, we forget it because we think, oh, if I'm going to focus on getting better or focus on what I'm lacking of, then I'll be perfect and then things going to work out for me. But we're all wired differently. We're all so special and we're all so different. I'm going to have another episode talking about that, specifically about human design and how our energy types are so uniquely designed for us, and we're not meant to be the same. It's just crazy. And that's why we always feel like we're not good enough, because we're not meant to be compared to one another. Everybody has their own way to do things. So after you wired yourself up and you quiet your mind, I really encourage you on a daily basis. This is one of my favorite habits as well, is to move your body. Yes, moving your body, as simple as it sounds. And I'm not talking about going to the gym for 2 hours, 3 hours, taking classes every day. No, 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 no. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about really taking 15 minutes, 20 minutes out of your day to move your body in the way that feels good. So some days it will be maybe putting your favorite songs and just dancing to them. Or some days will be more yoga, stretching, Pilates. Or the other days you want to feel that you feel powerful. You feel like you need some extra energy and pumping yourself up. So you want to use weights. Whatever that is, there's so many apps now. There's so many videos on YouTube. You don't even need to go and leave your house for anything. I personally love to use the Melissa Wood Health app. She is one of my favorites. She has a whole workout combination between Pilates and yoga. And it's really mindful movement, I would say, that I do every single day for 15 minutes. And that's it. And I feel immediately that shift in my body and immediately change everything for me. Because guess what? We are raising our vibration. So you change your emotions by being in motion, right? If you're feeling stuck in your life, this is where you need to take a class, or you need to just move your body to whatever your body feels good in that day. And it's all about listening to yourself. Remember what I'm kind of like the common theme here. If you're listening till this second, I'm proud of you. The common theme is always listen to yourself. I am not going to tell you what you need to do. Nobody is going to tell you what you need to do or has that magic wand or that knowing all. No, you know what you need for yourself. The problem that is you forgot already how to listen to your inner intuition and your inner guide. So this is your permission to start listening to yourself, asking yourself, what do I need? What do I need right now? What do I need right now? And that's where all the answers going to come from. Beautiful. Following that movement, I always like to fuel my body with something that is nurturing, nothing that is gluten, dairy. And before you raise your eyebrows, oh my gosh, she's vegan or this or that. I'm not pushing any specific diet. Again, everybody's different. So you need to know what makes you feel good. But one thing I know, we all need greens in our diets, no matter what diet you follow. And one thing I like to do in the morning is to give myself that, like knowing that I already fueled my body, whatever that needs. Okay. So green juice or smoothie, something that is good for my body. It's not really about that big breakfast, but something that really healthy. And I know I gave my body something good. And then, the rest of the day is really it's so simple to make those decisions because you're ready kind of nurture your body. And when your body's not craving and is not in that imbalance of sugars and hormones and all these things, it makes better decision throughout the day. So I hope this was helpful, guys. And as you can see, there's no hustle here. There is no pushing and there's no waking up at 5 a.m. I'm sorry. This is not even honestly, this whole 5 a.m. club thing, the breakfast club that people kind of praise. I think honestly, it's very toxic. And I think it's all about, truly all about listening to ourselves, loving ourselves, prioritize our happiness, our inner peace and joy, and knowing that this is not a reward for working hard. This is the focus. If I'm putting this as the main focus on my day, everything else looks and feels different, and you're getting better results. And that's what's going to lead you to bigger successes because you are not only enjoying your way getting there, but you're already vibrating so, so high. And not only going to get that thing that you want, whatever that is, if it's more money, happiness, family, career, success in your business, whatever that is, it's not going to even be important as much because you're going to find that the way is so much funner because you're enjoying. It's not about just doing, and then achieving, and then you can rest. And then you're feeling like you're not really happy with what you got because it's not really satisfying you. Because nobody tells us that it's not the thing that's going to make us happy. It's who we are becoming, getting that thing. Ooh, that's good. And it's only happens when we actually dedicating ourselves every single day to what makes us feel good physically, mentally, and emotionally and spiritually. It's always, always connected. So if you like this episode, my loves, please share it on your Instagram stories. And you can put it and just obviously tag me at Effortlessly Abundant Life. I love, love, love seeing your posts and anything that you guys got out of this episode, your favorite habit or your favorite habit that you want to share. I love seeing those. And also, I opened up my exclusive 101 clarity call. This is a very potent hour and a half where we can dive into a specific area in your life when you need more clarity, or you want right now in January. So if you want to plan out your year, when you have a clear idea of what is that thing you want and how to get there, not just from the 3D kind of task and all these things. No, 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 no. We're going to embody your human design. We're going to embody NLP. We're going to embody energetics. We're going to embody mindset and all these things together. So your goals work for you and you're already setting yourself up, your compass to getting what you want. And it's a game changer. Okay. So whatever you want, this is your time to get the most of whatever that thing you want. And I'm here always to serve you. And I have a special price. So spots are limited. I only have 5 spots left. So if you're interested and you feel the nudge and call, if you're looking for a new relationship, if you want something clarity in your business and something you feel stuck on, or you feel that you're just feeling drained and empty and you don't know what is that thing, the next thing you want in your life, or you just need clarity in something specific, as I said, this is your chance to work with me one-on-one. So don't miss out on this opportunity. And as I said, go ahead in the show notes, click on my Mindset Up Accelerator to get my free meditation and also my journal prompts for your best morning yet, and so, so, so much more. And with that, guys, I love you. The best is always yet to come. Remember that. I'll see you soon.